So you have signed up for your Stripe account and you have gone ahead and installed ChamaWP on your WordPress website. What are the next steps? This video is going to cover how you can then now connect to your Stripe account from your WordPress website. So to do that, all you have to do is log into your WordPress dashboard. And whenever you install ChamaWP, it will prompt you to connect to Stripe. If you do not connect to Stripe, your payments are not going to get through. So click on the Connect with Stripe button and you should be taken to the Stripe tab in ChamaWP. And just as an FYI, I have already logged into my dashboard in Stripe to make things easier. You do not have to. If you're logged into your dashboard and then you try and connect, it's going to prompt you to log in anyway. So no need to worry about that. So what you're going to do is just click on this Connect with Stripe button. And what will happen is you should be redirected to the Stripe website and you'll be asked to connect to the company that you set up in your account in Stripe. So just click Connect. And you should be redirected back to your website. Now, there are a couple of things that you need to note. One, the onboarding status. If you had not completed the onboarding in Stripe, let's say you have not yet validated your ID and your identity, you would receive this notification. All right. So in my case, you might have seen this in the previous tutorial. I have not yet validated my ID in Stripe. So make sure that you take care of everything that needs to be completed. You should see a notification appearing in your dashboard screen in Stripe when you log in, or if you just go to settings and then business and then click on account status. Okay, you should receive a notification, if any, that you have not yet completed your onboarding process by maybe providing a valid ID. Okay, so that's one note on the account status. If you do not complete this step, you will not be able to receive payments. The other thing is you need to set up a webhook URL in Stripe. Okay, so a webhook URL is a means by which Stripe gets to communicate with your website and notify your website about payments that have been made or anything related to Stripe that Stripe needs to notify your website about. So if somebody completes a subscription payment, Stripe will communicate with your website through the webhook and let it know, hey, we've completed this subscription. So this is a very critical part of the setting up process of ChamaWP, and I'm going to show you how you can do that. And then the other thing you will notice is you have this payment mode. So you can have two payment modes, either test or live. Test, I would urge you to just start out having it in test mode. Test mode is a setting that allows you to kind of test and play around with ChamaWP and make payments without having to use a real credit card, and just make sure that you have everything working. So you can test and make sure all the pages are working, the setup is configured correctly. Once you confirm that, you can switch back to live mode. All right. So I connected to Stripe while I was in test mode. If I wanted to connect again in live mode, I'm going to show you that I will need to disconnect Stripe from Stripe and then switch to live mode. Let me just show you how you would do that. So let me disconnect first of all. So disconnect. And then the payment mode is right now set to test mode. So just switch to live mode and then connect with Stripe. And then just click connect. and you should be good to go. All right, so I think I messed up on one step. So you notice that it's still showing test mode. You should first switch to live mode. So let's go ahead and change that. First of all, disconnect from Stripe, and then switch to live mode, and then click Save Changes. So you need to make sure you save changes first of all, and then now you can connect with Stripe, and then connect. And then you should be redirected back to your website. Okay, so that's all you need to do in terms of connecting. So you need to be aware of the payment mode. You need to be aware of the onboarding status, making sure they've pre-verified everything. Now let me just show you how you would set up a webhook. So just the webhook you're going to add into Stripe, you need to copy and then paste it there. So let's just go ahead and copy this webhook URL and copy. And then one note, you're going to need to associate a bunch of events that that Stripe is going to send over to your website. And I've listed them out in a tutorial that I created on my documentation website for ChamaWP. These are the events that need to be configured in Stripe on your webhook. I will include a link, the URL to this tutorial, so you can see the list of all the events and just use them as a reference. I'll include it in the description box below. Okay, so I have it copied. Let's go ahead and add the webhook URL. Okay, so to do that, the easiest way is, you see this search box here, just go ahead and type in webhook. Okay, it's taking a while there. All right, there you go. All right, so Stripe is going to redirect you to like what is called the workbench screen, and you're going to want to add what is called a destination, which is the webhook URL. All right, so click on add destination. All right, so this is where you're going to add in the events. Leave everything else by default, the API version, connected accounts, leave that by default. Focus on the events. So let's use our list of references. So we're going to need to activate the account updated. So expand this account and then click on account updated. Okay. Payment intent processing and succeeded. So let's scroll down to payment intent events. So succeeded, and what else was there? And processing. So succeeded and processing. All right, and then the payment method attached. Okay. Checkout session completed. So let's scroll back up. And click on checkout session completed. The next thing you're going to have to do is activate the subscription events, customer subscription, deleted, paused, resumed, and updated. So deleted, paused, resumed, and updated. So let's see, customer, expand customer, and then it was deleted, paused, resumed, updated. So deleted, paused, resumed, okay, and updated. Okay. Let's go back here for reference. So invoice underscore payment dot paid. That should be under, let's see, invoice payment. It should be under this invoice payment. Expand that. Then invoice underscore payment dot paid. So just click on that. And then invoice dot payment underscore failed. That should be under this one, invoice. And invoice dot payment underscore failed. And that should be it. So once you've selected those, there should be about 11 events. Click continue. And then the destination type should be a webhook endpoint. Leave that as the default. Then click continue. And this is where you're going to paste in the URL you copied from here. All right. So paste it in here. I should have it still. Yep. So that should be good to go. And then description, let's say webhook endpoint for my website. Then just click on create destination. And that's it. That's all you need to do. So now your website should start receiving events. If a payment is made, you should receive some data, and then you see this webhook status. It should start show that data is starting to come through. Just to make sure if that's working, let's try disconnecting this and see if the data will come through. So let's disconnect from Stripe and then connect again. Connect. Okay, for some reason it's still not coming through. I suspect it's because the payments have to start coming through. So I'll do that in a future tutorial. So yeah, so once the payments start coming through and Stripe notifies your website, you should see this notification go away and it should be activated. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah. Oh, so the webhook URL, once you set it up, right now it's set up to work on the live version of Stripe. So, but if you wanted also to make sure that you're testing it on in test mode, you also have to create a webhook URL for in test mode. And the way you would do that is just go back to dashboard.stripe.com. Let me just click on that and then let's go back to the dashboard home. Okay, it's taking some time to load. Let me just do a refresh. Okay, there you go. Still taking a while to load. Okay. So you're going to, so this is currently in live mode. The way you know it's in live mode is if you see this URL dashboard.stripe.com/dashboard. So if I wanted to switch back to test mode, let's just switch to sandbox just from the left menu here. Just switch to sandbox. And then just click on the company name Sandbox, or even just click on test mode. I think that should work too. Okay. And you would know you're in test mode. It should show like the notification here, and it should show the URL has the test/test/dashboard. And while you're in test mode, go ahead and search for webhook again in this field here. So webhook. And then you should be able to now add in a destination URL again. So you'll notice that it will say test with a local listener and then add a destination. So go through the process that we went through while in live mode, add the destination, and then select the events. All right, once you select the events, just click continue, and then paste in the URL that you will see here. It should be the same one, and then save. All right, and then that should set you up with the webhook URL, and you should be good to go. So just remember to be, if you're in live mode, make sure you have a webhook URL for Stripe. If you're in test mode, change that and click Save Changes. You will need to connect again. Then once you're connected, make sure to, let's do that again, connect with Stripe. Connect. You will need to make sure that you add in this URL as your webhook endpoint. I hope that makes sense. All right, so that is it. If you have any questions and need any clarification, feel free to reach out. You can ask any questions in the comment section below, and I'll see you till next time. All right.